Hello everyone and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're going to take a look at the final set that I've got to show you in the LEGO Star Wars Microfighters range. This time around it's from the prequel trilogy and it's a very cool one. Once again, the concept of the Microfighters line is to bring you guys really cool and stylized, really funky actually, designs of some of the most iconic vehicles and ships from the Star Wars saga. As I said, the one that I'm about to show you is from the prequel trilogy, and it's none other than this one. Set number 75028, the Clone Turbo Tank. This is a really cool and really fun set. In my opinion, this is definitely the best one from the Microfighters range in terms of playability. We've got some very cool features with this set, and the overall aesthetic of it is very nice as well. Once again, this is of course the box for the Microfighters Clone Turbo Tank, and we have some fantastic artwork on the front. On the back we have a rundown of the few features that this one has. We also get a look at some of the other Microfighters available in the range, and we also have an ad for the Microfighters app, which is currently available on the App Store and on Google Play, and I can highly recommend it. I've played it, it's really fun and very addicting, so be prepared to say goodbye to a few hours of your life. Once again, there are links in the video description where you can download the app, so straight after this review you can go and send these Microfighters into digital action. So there we go, that is the box for the Microfighters Clone Turbo Tank. As always, this set does retail for around $8 to $9.99, and this particular one consists of 96 pieces. So again, that price per brick or cost per brick ratio is very good. You know, you get a substantial build, one that'll take you a nice good few minutes to put together, and it's really fun. So once again, for adults and kids alike, this is a fantastic line to collect. Again, I was a little bit skeptical about picking it up originally. Some of the designs looked a little bit childish, but I can honestly say after having picked up so many of these, they are really fun. For kids, great to play with, and for adults, great to display. So there we go. Onto the set. Here it is. Very cool indeed. Absolutely love the primitive look of this one, we'll call it. Obviously it's a very minimal design, it's not too overbearing, and again, like with the rest of the Microfighters, it captures all the main features of the vehicle from the film. Obviously you've got the wheels on the bottom, you've got rocket firing features on either side, and just the general shape of this one really does look like the turbo tank seen in the film. Obviously we see the turbo tanks in action during the Battle of Kashyyyk in Revenge of the Sith, and for those of you that don't know, the turbo tank was indeed a scrapped concept for the AT-ATs from The Empire Strikes Back. So before we jump into the turbo tank itself and talk about its features, let's take a look at the minifigure, and I've got to say I'm a huge fan of this minifigure. This is of course a Phase 2 clone trooper, and he is very cool. We haven't seen a plain Phase 2 clone in the LEGO Star Wars line for quite some time, and like with the Kashyyyk troopers and some of the other figures that we've seen in the LEGO Star Wars line in 2014, this guy does have the revised helmet, so you've got a much more accurate print on the front. Obviously the helmet can be removed, and underneath you have that very angry and ticked off looking clone trooper print on the front. You've got great torso and leg printing as well, capturing all those armour details. And of course he does come with a blaster rifle as well. So really great figure for armour building, obviously a generic shiny as they're known in the Clone Wars. Really cool figure. And of course he does sit right at home in the cockpit of the turbo tank. So as for the vehicle itself, it does have quite a few features, quite a few more than some of the other vehicles actually. Obviously at the back there you have the posable antenna. We also have rockets on either side. Absolutely love these blue translucent pieces, I think they work really well with the rest of the set. We've also got cannons at the front, and of course the wheels on the bottom do indeed go around. So when you run this one along smooth surfaces, the wheels do indeed move. So that's really cool. Overall, this is a great design. Absolutely love this one. And in my opinion, it's definitely one of the most highly recommended Microfighters from the range. As I said in one of my first reviews of this line, LEGO do intend on bringing a second wave out in 2015, which features some fantastic vehicles such as the Attack Walker, the Arc 170 Starfighter and the Republic Gunship. So some really great Microfighters to look out for in the next year or so, and I'll be sure to bring you reviews on all of them. As I said, there are only 2 Microfighters that I haven't picked up from this current range, and that is the Star Destroyer and the AAT. Those ones just don't really appeal to me that much, and they kind of back up my claim that I mentioned at the beginning of the review, that the Microfighters range is a little bit childish. The Star Destroyer doesn't look that good, if I'm being honest, and the AAT has never really been one of my favourite ships anyway. So I've picked up all my favourites, and I can honestly say the ones that I've reviewed, I highly recommend. Once again, for kids and adults alike, these make for great sets, and don't waste any time, pick these up. So I hope you've enjoyed this review on the Clone Turbo Tank from the Microfighters range, and as always, I'll be back to give you a look at many more LEGO and Hasbro stuff in the near future. I've got a ton of reviews planned for you, so stay tuned for all of those. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the force be with you.